Good afternoon. Little 4 o'clock show today. How are you? Good to have you here. You can give me a call. You can just send me a message via the chat line. Whatever is easier for you, right? Here's your link to call the show, or you got the QR code above my shoulder. Whatever works. Whatever's easier for you. But give me a call and we'll have a lot of fun. All right? Where do you want to start? I know where I'm going to start. First of all, I'm back in Cali. It's great to be back. That's number one. So I land at SFO. I rent a car. Long story short, I had a reservation for over a month. San Francisco now. We're not talking about like DeKalb, Illinois. All right? San Francisco. A very reputable car rental company. They have one car available. One car available for me, and it's an electric car. I'm like, all right. I've never driven an electric car before, and I wasn't really thinking. So I'm like, okay. I get in the electric car. Beautiful. Beautiful. Love it. Until it comes time to charge the vehicle. So far today, I've spent over 3 hours, trying to find an EV charging station. There's one where I'm currently at. They have 4. 3 are inoperative. They don't work. The other one does work, but it's full all the time, meaning that it's always occupied. So I've been driving around looking for other chargers. 3 hours. Either they're not working or they're occupied. I've got 8% battery left. 8. All right? Never again. Never, ever, ever will I rent an electric vehicle. I don't give a damn how nice it is. Not happening. Unfreaking believable. Never doing it again. Now, if I had a Tesla, that's different. I see Tesla charges all over the place, everywhere. But I'm not in a Tesla vehicle. If I were in a Tesla vehicle, no problem. Easy. But I'm not in a Tesla. Can't make this up. Never again. Learn my lesson. Do not rent an electric vehicle. Don't do it. Don't do it. I got 8% left. All right. So you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to get up at like 3 in the freaking morning and go down to that damn charging station at the supermarket and hope that nobody's using it at 3 in the morning. What else am I going to do? I got 8% left. Now I'm running out of options. I don't have an option to go try to find another one somewhere else. No, I've got to go to the one now closest to where I'm at and hope that the damn thing is open and I can use it. All right? And here's the other thing. The other 3 charging stations, I've never done this before. I didn't know they weren't working. I'm trying to use all 3 of them. Finally, I called the 800 number on the damn machine, and the guy was very nice. And he's like, yeah, he goes, the only one that's working right now is Ember. I go, what do you mean Ember? He goes, you see the name on the one in front of you? I go, oh, yeah. He goes, they all have names. I'm like, carb using it. And yeah, there's a carb using it. And the car, I'm like, well, that's going to take all freaking day. I'm like, how come the other 3 don't work? Like, what's that all about? Like, how about fix the damn thing? Would you please? Electric cars, my ass. Give me a Tesla, then I'll be all right. Not a Tesla? Not doing it. Tesla got chargers like dandelions all over the damn place. I need a regular EV charger. Can't do it. All right, that's my mini rant for the day. Not a good way to start my trip. Not a good way to start my trip when I'm at 8% car battery. God help me if I have an emergency, I got to go somewhere. All right, what do you want to talk up today? How about CeeDee Lamb with the big money? When are the 49ers going to get their players back on the field? When's Trent Williams going to get on the field? Brandon Ayuk. Do you know that the first game is a week from Thursday? A week from Thursday. The Niners play 2 weeks from tonight. No Williams, no Ayuk. I'll tell you right now, they will not beat the Jets if they don't get these guys signed. Patrick, I know you are a very happy man that 7 o'clock in New York and you're able to watch the show, no problem. All right? But CeeDee Lamb with a big contract and Brandon Ayuk and Trent Williams still not practicing. Let me tell you, it's a big-time problem for the 49ers. It's not early anymore. They are running out of time. And let me tell you, they're not beating the Jets without Trent Williams on the field. Not happening. I can see them winning without Ayuk. I don't see they're not going to beat that Jets defense without their stud left tackle. So CeeDee Lamb, by the way, the numbers were $136 million, all right, which is the second highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. $38 million signing bonus, by the way. That is the largest signing bonus ever for a wide receiver. Yeah, I got to give CeeDee Lamb credit. First of all, he's really good. All right. Really good. And yeah, he's probably, if there is such a thing as being worth that, he would be the guy. Remember Justin Jefferson signed his big deal at 30. You got to have CeeDee Lamb on the field if you're the Dallas Cowboys. You just have to. So now what does that mean for Jamar Chase of the Bengals? What does that mean for Brandon Ayuk, 49ers? And will Ayuk be on the team or not? Not a good situation, folks, for San Francisco. As I said, it's not early anymore. A week from Thursday, Baltimore at Kansas City. Baltimore at Kansas City, a week from Thursday. All right, you got college football. How about Georgia Tech beating Florida State over the weekend? Wow. How about that? Florida State already losing out of the gate over in Dublin, Ireland. They got some games coming up this weekend. Everyone's getting on the gridiron. And then again, a week from Thursday, college football. All right, fire away with your questions. Again, if you want to come on the show, it is very simple to do. Here is your link. You give me a call, and I'll be more than happy to put you right on. I'll be doing shows tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday at this time, 4 o'clock Pacific. I will not have a show Friday as I'm going to be traveling, and I will not be able to do a show on Friday. And then, of course, we got the holiday weekend, and then I'll be back with you on Tuesday. Sean Salisbury during the NFL season, right here on If You Don't Like That. This will make Patrick even happier. 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern. So every Tuesday during the NFL season, 3 o'clock, Sean Salisbury, right here on If You Don't Like That. Peter says, pay Trent Williams, trade Brandon Ayuk. You may have to at this point. You know, we keep on hearing they're close. Well, they're obviously not very close because we've been hearing that for weeks now, and they're not on the field. I would be very, very concerned. I'd be very concerned if I was a 49ers fan. Big time concerned. That is not the way you want to go into the season. And listen, the Jets are a very intriguing team. We know they got a good defense. We don't really know how Aaron Rodgers is going to be, right? I mean, he does not have a good record against San Francisco in his career. We don't know how he's going to be. Do you know how Aaron Rodgers is going to be? I don't. All right. Rich says, I am watching your show from SAC 10 today. SAC 10? You mean like the TV station? What are you doing in town, Rich? Good to have you on, buddy. All right. Am I reading? Oh, Sacto. Sorry, my eyesight's bad, Rich. You're watching a show from Sacto today. I got you. I thought it said SAC 10. Sacto. I got you, buddy. Good to have you in Sacramento, Rich. Good to have you here. All right. Good to have you here. All right. Again, if you want to hit the chat button, send me some messages. I would be happy to do so. Had a fabulous lunch today at Bennett's. Had my redfish. Put the picture on social media on my X account. Love it. Love it. Absolutely love it. You know, Peter says they have Allen Iverson syndrome. They don't want to practice. No, they want to get paid. This is more about getting paid. All right. Trent Williams probably not crazy about practicing, but they want to get paid. All right. That's what it's all about. All right. Told you about Bennett's Sacramento. I was at the Roseville location, Eureka Road and Lead Hill Road. And then you got the Bennett's West Side Grill. I'll be there this week as well. Bennett's, it's awesome. Prime seafood and steak. Don't forget about their happy hour every day, 2 to 6. Sips and taste. I was there yesterday for their weekend brunch. It was outstanding. Had a great time. Bennett's, you'll love it. Go to bennettsrestaurants.com to make a reservation and more. That's bennettsrestaurants.com. Also, want to tell you about Sunrise Landing from Blazona Development. Yesterday at brunch, I saw Dennis Blazona and had a very nice talk with him. Sunrise Landing, newest residential community in Calusa. Beautiful. You need to go check it out. I think you'll be very impressed. All right. Now, remember, it's adjacent to the Calusa Golf and Country Club. Many models to choose from, various lot sizes, good access to the major arteries like I-5, Highway 20, Highway 45. And again, if you go to CalusaSunrise.com, you'll get all the information you need and you can check out Sunrise Landing. Good to have you here on a Monday. And again, if you want to get in on the show, you've got the link, you got the QR code, and you can talk. We can go in any direction you want. All right. Happy to do that. Any direction that you want here on an Open Forum Monday. Open Forum Monday. Hey, by the way, don't forget about fantasy football. There's the information. All right. The Fantasy Pro Pick'em info. Easy. No problem. We would love to have you join us this week on our Yahoo Fantasy Pro Pick'em. All right. You got all the information you need, and takes literally a minute to sign up. A minute. We'd love to have you join us this year. And we've got a couple of gift cards. I know more than one in particular, and it's going to be good. All right. New York Yankees World Series appearance this season, based on what? What would I base that on? I'll tell you, Aaron Judge is unbelievable, isn't he? Really unbelievable. I mean, he is on a major league tear. It might eclipse his own record that he set, and who knows how many home runs he can get without steroids, by the way, too. All right. Yeah, the Little League World Series, what an ending that was, huh? With Florida winning on an errant throw while the first baseman and the pitcher went to get the bunt, and there was nobody covering first. I didn't watch it. I only saw the after the fact on social media, the highlights. All right. Absolutely. But yeah. All right. Baki says, I'm not going to waste your time, Napes, calling, but I'm live watching the U.S. Open. I will try to update you all from tomorrow. Great opening, by the way. Now I guess tennis. All right. Now I pause tennis to hear your show. That's right. Day one of the U.S. Open. Love it. Who do you like, Baki? Who's winning? Who do you got winning both on the men and the women's side? Who's going to win? The U.S. Open. I used to go to the U.S. Open every single year. I started going to the U.S. Open when it was in Forest Hills. Forest Hills. I watched Jimmy Connors and Chris Evert play as teenagers at Forest Hills on the grass at Forest Hills U.S. Open. And then at the U.S. National Tennis Center, again, my father and me and my brother, we used to go every year. One night we'd go to the and go to a lot of the outer courts. Court 16, I'll never forget. I saw Michael Chang play Jim Courier at the U.S. Open on court 16, and you were sitting like 5 rows up from the floor, from the court. It's great. All right, it was great. A lot of U.S. players today. Great day one, Napes. Well, I'm glad you're checking it out, Baki. Love it. I used to love going to. I watched Jimmy Connors play Paul Harhus at night. Connors was down love 2, and was down, I think, either 4. He was down 4-2 or 5-2 in the third set, and the fans started to get on Connors in a positive way. And Connors rallied, and he beat Paul Harhus in a 5-set thriller that ended at like, I don't know, 2:30 in the morning, 3 in the morning. It went on a long time. 5-set match. Connors down 2-0. All right, down 2 sets, and came back and beat Paul Harhus. That is great. Great. Phenomenal. Used to love going to the U.S. Open. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Baki. Glad you're enjoying it. All right, so let me ask 49er fans, or football fans in general, do you feel that everything's going like smoothly or without kinks? I mean, you had already an injury to McCaffrey with a calf strain. You haven't had Williams on the field. You don't have Ayuk. Are we to think that the 49ers are that good? Well, they're not based on last year. I mean, you saw what happened when they didn't have Williams, when they didn't have Deebo Samuel. You're playing a Jets team in week 1, and the Jets have a lot to prove. Aaron Rodgers has a lot to prove. Boy, if I'm a Niners fan right now, I'm a little leery. Adam says probably doesn't help the Niners or Bengals that CD got the deal done first. Definitely doesn't help Cincinnati. I mean, if I got to rank these, I got to put Jamar Chase and CD Lamb ahead of Brandon Ayuk. You got to be fair about this. Now, you could say, well, it's because Ayuk's already on a prolific offense that has Deebo Samuel, that has McCaffrey. Maybe. But, Higgins with Jamar Chase, good combination. CD Lamb, Jamar Chase, I got to put ahead of Brandon Ayuk. Like if I was starting a football team and those were my 3 wide receivers and I can only take 2, I got to believe that every general manager in the league is taking CD Lamb and Jamar Chase, and no one's taking Brandon Ayuk. And that is not to diminish Ayuk's talents. He's really, really good. But you're not taking him over Lamb, and you're not taking him over Chase. You got to be realistic about this. I'm not. Are you taking CD Lamb and Jamar Chase over Brandon Ayuk? The answer is yes, you are, right? Right? You are. I mean, come on. You got to be realistic about this. You're taking him third on that list. So it probably is not good for Cincinnati. All right? But not good. Not good for Cincinnati. Niners get Trent back, they'll be fine. Yeah, but only if they get him back this week. He's in his up. He's getting up there at age. He hasn't been on the field. You can't. Trent Williams needs, he needs 2 weeks of practice, in my opinion, to be, very effective. I don't think 1 week's going to get it done. And if it's 1 week, I don't see him playing every snap. I think that's a real problem for the 49ers. All right. Raiders winning more than 5 games this year. How many you got them winning? I don't have them going more than 6. I could see them going 6, 6-11. I don't see them going more than 6. I don't see it. Tough division. I think, the Chiefs and the Chargers clearly better. I don't know about Denver. Rookie quarterback. I do like, I think Gardner Minshew is a lot better than people give him credit for. I think Raider fans are going to be pleasantly surprised at Minshew, but I don't think they have the pieces. I don't think they're going to be that good. So what did you say? More than 5? Again, I got them going 6, 6-11. There are a lot of bad teams in the NFL this year. A lot of bad teams. I think, but the team I root for is a bad team. All right. That's for sure. And the Giants. All right. This one, Denny says it tells you Ayuk is below Chase and Lamb when he can't get you a first round pick in return. Very true. But we already knew it. And Lamb. But that's who do I like in the NFC? I picked the Packers. Yeah. I'm picking them as my surprise team this year. When I mean surprise, I think a lot of people think they're going to be good, but I don't think a lot of people are picking them to come out of the NFC. I know a lot of people are riding the Lions, and I think the Lions will be good, but after what I saw in the NFC Championship game last year from Dan Campbell, that makes me very leery. It really does. But I like the Lions. I think they're good. They have very good personnel, but I think that division's a much more challenging division now. I think the Bears will be better, not playoff team. So Detroit. So the reason why I'm picking Green Bay, I can't get the game out of my mind from Thanksgiving last year when Green Bay went into Detroit and the Lions were rolling, and Green Bay beat them pretty good. They jumped on them pretty good. And I can't forget that. And I'm thinking, okay, well, Green Bay's better this year than they were last year when I look at their personnel they added. They added some really good pieces in the offseason. And I just think that they are ready. I just think they're ready to take that next step. Not sold on Dallas at all. I don't know about Philadelphia. Does anyone have a good read on the Eagles? I don't. I don't. But I can't go with Dak Prescott. I just can't. And if Micah Parsons were ever to get hurt, oh boy, then you got some problems. Love looks legit last year. I got to tell you, in the final 7 or 8 games, the guy, he had 15 touchdowns and 1 interception. He went into Dallas in the playoffs and was great in that game. Great. So we'll see. I think Green Bay, first of all, I think the NFC is not as strong this year because I don't think the Niners are going to be as good. By the way, tomorrow, my podcast drops on my NFC preview. So make sure you follow me on my podcast on your favorite podcast platform, or you can go to my website, ifyoudon'tlikethat.com or grantnapier.com, and you'll be able to check out my podcast. Giants are scary. Their lead center was injured in the Saturday game. No further info for you. The good news that both offensive linemen MRIs came out favorable. So the Giants aren't going to be very good. All right. Jalen Hurts might not be all that. Well, I'll just tell you, Jalen Hurts in the Super Bowl 2 years ago was great. He had the one fumble when he was rolling out. That was a big one, but he was great. It's not like he just forgot how to play football. Jalen Hurts is a winner. I would never doubt Jalen Hurts. I really don't. New York or Belgrade, whatever, we're going to play that tennis match, Napes. 2 veterans, 2 Gemini signs playing it. That would be fun and friendship after a few Kings cheering seasons. Not doing it, Baki. Too old. Too old. 65. Too hard on my legs. Can't do it. Doubles maybe, but I'm done. I'm not playing tennis anymore. My last time playing tennis was with Peja Stojakovic about 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. We used to play when we were on the road, when Dave Yeager was the coach. We'd play tennis a lot on the road. Me, Peja, Yeags, and someone else. And it was doubles, though. I wasn't playing singles. But, yeah, I'm not, Baki, too old, man. Too old. Sorry. Not happening. Not going to happen. No way. We're going to stand and play it. What do you mean you're going to stand and play it? You're going to hit the ball right to me all the time, Baki? Come on. Come on now. All right? Cowboys may not be a playoff team. May not. I'll tell you, if Micah Parsons gets hurt, they're in deep, deep trouble. They are in deep, deep trouble. And if you ever get in deep trouble when it comes to plumbing, no problem. Because New Works Plumbing will be there. They are fabulous. They're available around the clock 24/7 for all of your plumbing needs and repairs. Just go to sackserviceplumbing.com or you call the number on the screen at 916-713-1010. Love 1010. Share a little story about that in a minute. sackserviceplumbing.com. New Works Plumbing. Patrick knows about 1010, right? Right, Patrick? Patrick knows. 1010 wins news time. Give us 22 minutes. We'll give you the world. Dun, 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 dun. What a shame WCBS is no more. What an institution in New York. Had its final sign off. What was it, last night? Man. I mean, who would have ever thought radio in New York would no longer exist? Listen to I'll tell you right now, I remember listening to 1010 Wins as, a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old driving into New York to go to the games with my dad and my brother. That always sticks out in my mind because that was way before sports radio. So you didn't have sports radio on in the car because it didn't exist. So we would always listen to WINS News. Give us 22 minutes. We'll give you the world. Traffic on the 10s. Every 10 minutes, traffic. Traffic on the 10s on 1010 Wins News. You know, Patrick. Patrick, you know what I'm talking about. 1010 Wins News time is 4:25. So in 5 minutes, you'll get your traffic update. I've always thought you don't need traffic in New York because there's traffic from about 2 in the afternoon until 9 o'clock everywhere. And there's traffic from about 6:30 in the morning until about 9:30 in the morning everywhere. So if those are the hours, there's traffic, you know? But I used to love the traffic reports on the 10s. So, sorry, I went off on a little bit of a tangent there when I saw the number 1010. 1010 Wins News time is 4:26. All right. Yeah, Patrick says he listened to the end of 880. Classy sign off as they got to say goodbye. Very classy. I listened to it on social media. Excellent job by an institution in New York, WCBS, which now is ESPN Radio is taking that over. We'll see how that works. We'll see how that works. All right. Again, if you want to hit on the program, send me a couple more chat messages. If not, we'll wrap up what's going to be a quick show today. Don't forget tomorrow, 4 o'clock, Wednesday, 4 o'clock, Thursday, 4 o'clock, and then no show on Friday as I am flying to Nashville to see my youngest son and spend Labor Day weekend then at my brother's house. My brother lives 2 hours outside of Nashville, so we'll have a little Napier reunion. Looking forward to that coming up this weekend. And then, you know, we got college football to talk about. I'm going to the Alabama game on Saturday. Can't wait. Love going to big-time college football venues, and you can't get much bigger than Tuscaloosa. No Saban. I don't really know about Alabama currently. I mean, you just look at what happened over the weekend, right? Look what happened over the weekend. Just tough to do early in the season, all right? So all good, all right? All good. If you want to get in on the program, again, we can do it. Don't forget CeeDee Lamb. If you're wondering about big-time deals, he got a big-time deal today. Second highest paid non-quarterback contract in the National Football League history. That's some big-time money. I don't know what it means for Ja'Marr Chase, but Ja'Marr Chase has got to be very happy right now. Got to be very happy. Brandon Ayuk, he's not getting that kind of money anyway. But Ja'Marr Chase, I think, has got to be liking that contract. All right? Definitely. Thank you. You would have to live in New York to understand. Yes, you would. That would be true of any major city losing a talk radio institution. All right? Just the way it is. It would be, you know, I'll just say this. Things are changing rapidly in all walks of society, including radio, television, how we watch sports now. You know, a lot of people are watching sports on their phones or an app. You know, it's different. And I believe most of talk radio is going to be obsolete, gone by the end of this decade. Everyone's doing podcasts now. I mean, I was reading where Megyn Kelly has more viewers than NBC and CBS combined. And there was another broadcast entity. And I'm thinking, think about that. Megyn Kelly on YouTube has more viewers combined than all the nightly news stations. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? I mean, look at what, look at what Tucker Carlson. Look at how many people are watching him on social media. Millions and millions and millions. Many more than when he was on Fox. Close. So people don't need to work for all intents and purposes. And so, you know, we're talking about a completely new era. And that's why I think talk radio is going to be, again, I think it's going to be obsolete by the end of the decade. I mean, you look at what satellite radio did to the FM band and the radio ratings and everything else. It's unbelievably competitive. The market share, boy, to grab a slice of the market is very, very difficult. Adam says Tucker is destroying all news outlets. Not even close. Like, it's not even competitive. It's like embarrassing for the other networks. There it is. They're just doing it on their own. It's a better format and it's more conversational. You can get into more things, and it's just the way it is, right? It's the way it is. All right, everybody's talking about John coming. John can call me tomorrow. I mean, I'm going to be on tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, so I'm not going to worry about whether John gets on today. I love John, but it's no big deal. We can talk to John tomorrow, or we can talk to John on Wednesday. It's not a problem. Everybody's talking about John's coming. He can come on the show tomorrow or Wednesday or Thursday. It's not a big deal. And I really hope that we do have, and I'm not a 49ers fan, but for the 49er fans in Northern California or wherever, I mean, I do hope that you get your players on the field. But you'll hear what I have to say about this tomorrow on my podcast, my NFC preview. And then on Friday, I'll have my AFC preview. So those are the podcasts this week. Tomorrow, NFC preview, and Friday, we have the AFC preview. And again, maybe they'll get Jamar Chase on a field now. I mean, you know what the market is, right? You know what the market is. All right, I am wrapping it up. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Solo. Hey, Tom, how was your golf? We're live. Did you hit the ball well, Tom?
At times.
All right, at times. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Appreciate you.